It's 8-bit. That's some old school stuff. Thanks for subbing to the channel, man. Has this bunched them together? Yes! Cool, the team names are actually together this time, so we can put the score up. That's great! Spawning here in the top right corner in the 2 versus tournament, we've got Team Dead Pixels. In the top right, we've got the pink Protoss Patience, and his teammate, the light blue Zerg True. Woohoo! Off to you!
The bottom left. It's the purple Terran, Ryung, and the red Protoss Impact, and they don't have a name.
They do have a name, actually. What is their team name?
I don't remember. Refresh my memory.
It's on the brackets, and it was posted there by their team manager, so it's their actual team name.
I don't have the brackets up as I close the brackets. Fine. Young farts.
I think this name was a bit of a joke that wasn't quite so serious right away, but became their team name after some... I don't even know, complacency, I guess. They are down 1 in the series, so that kind of sucks. It's really curious to me, though, Impact's choosing to play Protoss. I don't know if he did this in the first game, or if this is something he changed up for map number 2, a la Scarlet style, but Impact's not a bad player, and I know he's actually pretty good with all races. He might not stream, but it's something I've been told quite frequently when we cast him, so we'll see how this carries through.
I think, you know, he knows that Protoss is like the best in team games, guys. In team games, don't worry. All right, because they get the final composition that's like unbeatable. I really don't think there's actually that much like. Is there really like? Is anyone gonna really disagree? Like when a Protoss gets a maxed out army in team games, are you ever gonna be like, that's not that bad? But, like a Terran gets out a maxed out army with that bio. I'm like, that's not that bad. Whatever. Anyways. But seriously though, like I don't know if he's like confident like being Zerg in 2v2s, and they are down 1, so obviously like didn't help out that much. But we don't know what happened. It could have been a cheese where Zerg is actually very good, cheesing, doing.
Well, it's a 30-minute game, so I know that much.
Oh really? I have no idea what happened. Then that's awesome. I do want to know what happened. I actually want to know what map it was on too. But
so shut up. Why? What? It's like, okay, I don't know what the context there was, but translation hype. Yeah, Olimoli is of course the Axiom team manager, but she runs the Olima League on a fairly regular basis, and she agreed to come help us out tonight with a little bit of the admin work. So I'm really grateful for her being here.
Ooh, Impact gonna go for DTs.
You know, I would love if he did,
up, buddy.
I would love if he did DT drops, like not just DTs, but like DT drops or something, because get over the rocks and not knock them down, basically. But hopefully they know that this is the caveat of the map.
Yeah.
Some folks were asking, by the way, sorry, during the break, and I didn't get around to answering if there was a prize attached to this. It's not a large prize right now, but if we can get more interest for this in future events, it would definitely be worth increasing the prize. We didn't seek out sponsorship or anything for this one. This was just like, I had $300. People really wanted to see team games and tournaments, so we tried to put this together kind of last minute. The inception of this, I think, started on Friday. So there's $300 up for the prize pool of this. 200 will go to the first place team, so 100 each, and 100 will go to the second place team, 50 each. So it's kind of like a regular cup, but you know, the 2v2 dynamic and all that. And I think one of the oh, I gotta get rid of this core in the top right. Thank you. But I think one of the cool things is, again, like you can. I hope this opens the door for players. Oh, in fact, actually just space swap. Cool.
Well, that was his problem. We figured it out, guys.
I hope, truthfully, this does open the door for more 2v2 tournaments, because the cool thing about this is these guys can compete without worrying about showing builds. The problem with the folks like MVP and Prime, it wasn't that they couldn't compete because they had Pro League, it's because they had like Pro League today. Whereas otherwise they might be a little bit worried about showing builds, or you don't want to give away what you're doing for the next matchup, but I would definitely love to see 2v2s become more of a thing, and I hope that you guys can help us grow this out. If it's, again, 3,000 people is a really nice amount for this.
So just trying to distract his Impact.
Hey, over here. Hey, it's like Gold League tactics. That's like, hey, how's your day going? Do you like the color blue? What's your favorite band? I don't think Ryung knows about the map, though. Oh,
I don't think anyone did. Didn't Impact? Oh, Impact went for Blink. Okay. Yeah, that's too bad. He's like looking for a place to come over. It's like, okay, is there like a bridge over here? No. Is there a bridge over there? No. Break the rocks. Patience going for that Phoenix again, double Phoenix. You know, seems to be popular build for Protosses.
That'd be really bad for Ryung, though. I think he's definitely hoping, if not relying on getting some Hellions across the map to deal some early damage.
I agree, Rifkin. That's how you usually make them.
I mean, I thought maybe there'd be a medevac or something, a la, Lily Canine.
That would be a good idea, Rifkin. You should tell Ryung that afterwards.
I think this is a situation of not knowing the map more than anything else. Like, I definitely, if Ryung knew... I mean, Ryung's like the guy who would do Blue Flame all the time for the WCS qualifiers. You remember that? I mean, the guy comes to these games with plans. He just clearly didn't know the map that they were playing.
Yeah. No, he didn't. But that's going to be a lot of Hellions. Surprise, surprise. Phoenixes will have a hard time lifting all of them up, and we do not have a lot for True, actually. Slow Links.
Spike Crawlers. He's gonna play a tower defense, but the ramp is open, so I don't, like... What?
He's playing like Gasless, which is so risky to do. Like, what the flip? He's getting a bunch of stuff now. You know, the Roachborn's about to finish. Dark
Shrine follow-up. Ryung's gonna see that the Spike Crawlers are not complete. This is kind of a good feeling, but as predicted, these Phoenix do rush to the rescue. True's gonna rush out some Lings and maybe some Banelings, hopefully to defend, but I mean, I don't know. Impact and Ryung don't really have to commit to this.
No, they don't. Well, I kind of take that back. Well, yeah, I take that back, right? Like, Patience on 2 base. You got the gold base. Like, what?
Oh, they don't know this either.
Snuck that in.
Yeah, if they
Go
just went
check
north.
It.
Oh my god, this Hellions. The Hellions would wreck the probes. Well, it looks like they're consoling for a really big attack. The army values across the board are fairly even, though. It's not like they've got a big army supply lead, but I'd say they got the composition advantage here. The Hellions are going to roast these Lings alive, and if the Lings go down, the Stalkers have nothing to fear. But the Graviton beams are insane. He picks up so many Stalkers, so I don't know if he'll be able to kill them in the air. That's going to be a bit of a problem. He does actually kill a lot of the Stalkers, though.
Dead.
Yeah, the Spine Crawlers and the Queen's helping out a ton. Baneling's now rolling through. This is not working for Team Ryung Parts.
If you say the composition out loud, you're like, okay, like Ryung Parts win, right? Like Hellion versus Lings and Stalkers versus Phoenix. No. Especially on creep. Like, they had to attack. Not that they knew that. They did not know the Pages of the Gold, but they really did, and now it didn't work, and they're gonna just...
There's no detection. There's no detection. There's an Oracle, I guess, out of Patience, maybe, but...
Cannons are on the way. I think it's at the 3rd.
Yeah, I think he's worried about attacks on this side, but DTs do sneak in.
They could do a lot of damage. I mean, they have to do a lot of damage. Impact is on such low supply. Ryung's kind of okay, because Ryung got a command center.
I wonder if his control's good enough to manually detonate Banelings into the Dark Templar. He almost did. He almost
I don't think it's that hard.
Well, but I mean, if you miss, then it's devastating, right? So it's...
Yeah.
Oh my god, the Phoenix control. I mean, Protoss and Phoenix in team games. You don't see this a lot in 1v1s, but Phoenix is in team games, guys. Yikes.
Yeah. How much damage have the DT done?
They've got a couple of drones. The probes were pulled pretty quickly, so there's not really been that much damage dealt. Lost mining time, I guess, but the Hellions are sadly... This would normally look like a choice moment, but here the Phoenix is to Graviton beam up every single one of them.
Ugh. The attack not working is kind of killing Ryung Parts right now, but not knowing that gold base is there, so it's really killing them. That would have been free probes.
Kills the cannon, but there's an Overseer. Yo, I feel like there's just so many ways the Protoss can slap Terran in the face. You're like, oh, you got a ton of Hellions, but they're light, so let me just pick them all up and two-shot them, right? Like,
you should be happy. Ryung's gonna go for mech.
What?
Trap his probe in.
Yeah, but it's why the True came to help him. Like, that's teamwork right there, baby. Like,
yeah.
Little Timmy fell down the well.
Oh, he found it. Oh, good.
He's probably gonna be really sad he didn't see this earlier, of course, but it doesn't even kill that many probes through it. Enough did escape and he transferred over. 22 workers killed total. I mean, as we can see, it's been army for army over here, but for Team Dead Pixels, they've been bleeding out workers over the course of the game. So if this is a situation where their economy gets hampered enough, maybe it turns around, but Impact never really expanded behind this. Ryung did, but it's just like the economy for Impact, I don't think will carry him through this game. And that's where I think the problem for this comes. Because as much damage as they're dealing, they're not getting ahead. True's on 75 flipping workers on a gold base, 4 bases. Like, yikes.
Well, you would think, like, okay, he didn't expand for 13 minutes. He must have a really big Blink Stalker army. No. He's constantly losing them to the Phoenixes, like 4 at a time, 4 times.
Ryung's going mech. I actually like this a lot. How are you going to deal with Phoenixes? 3 or 4 Thor shots.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But I think they may have lost like too much already.
I think so. The one thing they could hope for is basically
the SimCity of Impact is actually keeping Ryung out of his base. He can't get the throw up there to defend.
You know what's also really good against Phoenixes?
Turrets?
Yeah, stack defense like cannons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also with the mistake of like the ZVZ. You know, when they go mass muta, you're like, okay, like a couple of Hydras, you know, there's no problem, and you just like lose 4, and then 2, and then 3, and then 5, and you just like have no Hydras, and the mutas actually win, and you feel really dumb. That's exactly what happened to Impact. Impact's like, Blink Stalkers, Phoenixes, I got this.
It's like, I know Protoss is pretty good. Let me just try and be as Protoss as I can.
Yeah, I love when like people like, you know, because you're always like, if they're so overpowered, try the race. And some people do, surprisingly. But then they try something, they lose to it in a mirror matchup, and they're like, well, I didn't go for the most OP thing that this OP race has. Clearly, Impact's gonna go Phoenix next game.
This is such a problem. He needs to kill that gateway. The Thors can't get up here to defend. This is not a small issue. This is a rather large issue. And Impact's production
Impact, you can't even make the stuff out of that gateway, so...
Okay, so here's my assessment of this, right? Ryung going mech like this... Mech is not just kind of good, it is so good versus Zerg. But True's not in a situation where he's really caring, I think. He's taking all the bases on his opponent's side of the map, he's taking all the bases on his side of the map. I think True's got a pretty good assessment that he's doing alright in this game.
Oh god, look what Patience is doing. Triple Immortal production.
Oh, because he knows mech's going to be the only thing to shut down. Oh my god, this is perfect team play. Regardless of whatever True wants to do, it's going to get shut down by mech. Like,
as far as I've seen, Rifkin, True really hasn't done a lot.
Yet.
True held off the attack, and that was really nice. Good for him. But otherwise, he spent how much money in hatcheries? 1, 2, 3.
But no, this is what I'm saying. He's set up to be in a position where no matter what he does is going to fall to mech anyways. But he's going to have so much economy, and he's going to steal his opponent's bases.
Okay, here's the thing, though. It's not like extra command centers. He actually will not have, what is it, like 4 times the economy because he has 4 times the normal bases.
But he's straight up denying expansions from his opponents. Like, oh my god, he's gonna Bane
I think
Rain.
it's just a BM move. I think it's just like...
No, it is.
Like, look and be
it
like,
is BM. There's no mistaking that, but I'm just saying, like, there's actual advantages to this, but he's got Bane Rain coming. However, Patience... Oh my god, he's even picking off the tanks. Well, Bane Rain hype. There's actually not that much to kill, though. The SCVs, I guess.
Just kill the factory.
Yeah, he actually segments off the Overlords, realizing like, oh, there's actually not that many here in the main. So, some nice shots go off. Oh, the natural base. Oh god, the natural base. Ryung was destined to carry this game, but no more.
This stupid mini-map.
The Immortals are gonna just straight up counter Ryung. If Ryung has like 80 supply of Hellbats, maybe not, right? But there's just no way. There's just no way. I want to see these Thors kill the Phoenix so badly, though, just because I hate Phoenix so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, poor Impact has just got nothing to contribute to this at all.
Yeah.
You know what this
must
is,
be so
though?
Disappointing to look at your supply and still be at 40.
Okay, here's the tinfoil hat. They didn't want to have to do a team kill, so they're quote-unquote throwing the game to avoid fighting Crank and Hart in the finals.
Ah, let's see.
Then they'll wait for Team Dead Pixels to knock them out of the finals and win through this losers bracket. I don't know. I'm just, but this is looking pretty dire. Ryung's got again this really nice army composition that would be so good if it was just True he was fighting, but because there's so many Immortals. I mean, this is not 3 or 4 Immortals. This is 12 freaking Immortals with upgrades.
Ryung's going for ghosts. He knows, but
even then, I mean, like Immortals without shields, I think they're going to come in and deal the amount of damage they need to before they die.
Yeah. Well, like, really, if they get most or any of the Hellbats, Ling Swamps aren't that bad against Thor tanks.
Zealots would be really good to have, actually, I think, too.
Yeah. Well, see,
Not
Impact
Banelings,
invested
but...
into Blink.
Oh,
so.
My god! True has 112 Banelings!
And some of those in Overlords.
A lot of those in the Overlords! He's gonna just drop on top of the tanks! Who cares what the hell he's in Hellbats? Oh my god.
It's not going so well. True has taken almost every single base. He's missing 2 on the left side.
Yeah, he's taking the one right next to Ryung with his gold, but here comes the Bane Rain. Just crushing through everything. He doesn't even need the Immortals are not even firing. They're just walking forward. Meanwhile, the Banelings are doing all the work, and now the Immortals will just carry through the rest of this game. Oh my god. We did have a small Hellion run by to the north, but I don't believe Team Ryung Farts knows that True has actually taken every base on the map. He's gonna... Wait a minute, what?
Impact, he took a base weight.
Oh dear. Alright, so Team Dead Pixels looks like they will go fight against Team APS, Team Axiom Pro Streamers, with Hart and Crank in the finals of the winners match. But keep in mind, it's not the finals of the tournament, it's double elimination, guys. So it's essentially the semifinals of the overall tournaments. Oh my god, this many Immortals is going to just kill a oh my god, the Commander is going to die in like 2 shots. 2 volleys. GG.
GG.
I feel bad for Impact. He couldn't really get much done that game. Ryung's probably slapping the shit out of him right now in real life. Like, why'd you pick Protoss? Well, applaud the efforts of Ryung. He's
Young.
He's
Young
playing them out. He's like, yeah, it is a good game. Get out, we win. Alright, Team Dead Pixels will take the series 2-0 and go to the winners bracket finals to fight against Craig.